Okay, so figured I'd take you to my side yard this time for this week's project. Um, and we're going to be working with some kind of raised garden beds and doing a volume problem. So I'm going to flip you around here. Okay, make sure I don't trip and fall on anything myself. But here's what we're going to be looking at. So I have a couple of these raised garden beds there. Things are still kind of just starting to get filled in and getting things growing, but I only have things growing in a couple of them. But there's a couple things I liked about these garden beds. So for one, it's a square, okay, which I think is just kind of a good way to do it. But in trying to make it a square, obviously you have to take into account the width of the boards. So essentially, if we made one of those sides X, okay, which would probably be like the left and right the way we're looking at it right now, well then we'd have to add 3 inches to account for the length of the boards. So if we had like an X and then an X plus 3, that would kind of sum up the dimensions there of the garden bed when we're talking in inches. So the other thing I kind of liked was the proportion of the height and also kind of the volume that it gave me. So I was able to kind of figure out a polynomial for the volume of this raised bed. And if we have the two sides x and x plus 3, that should allow us to find a polynomial for also the height of the garden bed. And then we could kind of keep that proportion going. Because yeah, I think the kind of way it frames out and then also the volume that it gave me, I think kind of worked. So that's what we're going to work off of. I'm going to head inside to do part 2 of the video, which is showing you the math behind it. All right, thanks guys, hope we're doing well.